Hello and welcome. It's Carnage. Today we're taking a look at the G.I. Joe classified retro Cobra Troopers. Getting into these guys, it does look like we have mainly the Cobra Trooper Buck, and we have the web gear from Stalker, as well as some different weapons. We have the rifle from Spirit, which I'm a bit disappointed that it is really gummy. And I usually don't complain about the gummy weapons. I feel like most of the time we can deal with it, but man, these are really tough to keep straight, even for a photograph. As you can see with this one here, it's just bent. And even the hairdryer trick it works okay, but it's tough. I gotta say, I'm disappointed. And we also have the laser pistol that we've seen with the Valkyries. We've seen it with the Snow Serpents. We've seen it with Metalhead. So that's one that I feel like could probably use a moratorium. We've seen that a lot. We've got a lot of those. I like them okay. They've grown on me, I guess. So I think the main thing that really stands out to me is the tone of blue that the design team decided to go with. I gotta say, I'm still getting used to it. I'm still deciding what I'm gonna do with these guys. I decided with the retros that I was gonna go with 2 of each. I've been troop building up to 4. So with the main line releases, I go up to 4. With the retros, it's 2. I did grab 4 of these guys thinking I might just want to beef up my troopers a little bit, but I'm probably going to end up getting rid of those. I just don't anticipate that I'm going to need that many Cobra troopers, and I just don't think I'm going to keep them, other than these 2. Let's go ahead and take a look at that contrast. So this is the Cobra Island Cobra Trooper, and it's a much more muted blue. Certainly it offers a bit more camouflage than the newer brighter blue. But I think that brighter blue is probably closer to what folks are used to with the cartoon. We've got Retro Cobra Commander here. Let's go ahead on the contrast to the darker muted blue. Cobra Commander is lighter, more royal blue, I suppose you could call it. And let's go ahead, put the Cobra Officer in there. His color is much closer to the Cobra Trooper. Contrasts just slightly, but these retro troopers are more than a slight contrast. It's a pretty hard contrast, and I just don't know that I'm going to want to stand the retro troopers next to the Cobra Island troopers or the infantry. Just don't know how that's going to look, and I'm just curious how other photographers are going to integrate these things. I know some guys are going to grab 8 or 10 of them so that they can have a whole squadron. So certainly anxious to see how they translate to photos. I haven't seen a whole lot yet. And of course we have the standard helmet that we got with the Cobra Island version and subsequent versions. And it looks like the head sculpt is the one originally used with the Cobra Officer, with the cloth mask, as opposed to the more high-tech mask that we saw with the Cobra Island Trooper and the infantry. It's nice to have those different versions and to be able to mix it up a little bit. I do like how they chose to go with the lighter gray for the grenade there and some of the other accessories. It does make that web gear pop a little bit better. Let's go ahead and pop the helmet off, see how he looks without the helmet. One thing, I don't know if the camera's necessarily going to pick up here, but as I was taking some shots, you'll see it in my photography. But as I was taking some shots, I noticed that they did decide to make these guys ginger. So with that tiny little bit of skin that these troopers show around their eyes, Hasbro has managed to really give us some cool variation for our troop building. Those of us who really care to get into that detail of some different looking eyes and some just different variety in the troops. It does give us some more options for our troop building. As far as the posing, we've had these guys for a long time. I think everyone knows what the articulation is like. We do have the insignia on the arms. Again, those I didn't like initially. A funny story, I ended up selling mine and I regretted it, and I had to go on a trek, a journey to get those back, and now I have them back on my troopers, and I'm very happy about that. But that's about all I have to say about these guys. Certainly a good addition to the collection. I'm gonna probably give these guys about a 7 of 10, just because I'm not quite sure about that hue of blue. So what are your thoughts? Please do leave a comment. Please do subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Thanks for watching. See you next time.